Anyways, here we go. Oh, they say the Maker sent him special, always loyal, without pride, so he could be the sworn companion of the Maker's holy bride. Yes, that Mabari's the companion of the Maker's holy bride. A popular, if historically unlikely, Ferelden Tavern song. Oh, I love that they gave her a dog for no particular reason. Just, oh no, I forgot. This was gonna start happening to me. Oh, let's make some field tents.
Tell Master Harriet that ore doesn't grow on trees.
Nope. Don't wanna.
Sky Maker, you were the sky. When there was no earth, you were the earth.
Oh, we're not learning to make tents, we're making extras.
You're kind of a force of nature, aren't you?
When I need to be.
It's impressive.
You flatter me.
I'm trying.
Did I do the right thing?
No, you arrested me.
What I have set
Still
in
hung up
motion
on
here
that.
to destroy everything I have revered my whole life. One day they may write about me as a traitor, a madwoman, a fool, and they may be right.
Yeah, but you're just way too concerned about that. Like, honestly, that would be a way better story.
What's going to happen now?
Now, we deal with the Chantry's panic over you before they do even more harm. Then we close the breach. We are the only ones who can. After that, we find out who is responsible for this chaos, and we end them. And if there are consequences to be paid for what I have done, I pay them. I only pray the price is not too high.
What does your faith tell you?
I believe you are innocent. I believe more is going on here than
Do
we can
you?
see. And I believe no one else cares to do anything about it. They will stand in the fire and complain that it is hot. But is this the Maker's will? I can only guess.
What's hot? Cass? Oh yeah, the fire is always hot. Ah, special dialogue though.
You don't think I'm the Herald of Andraste?
I think you were sent to help us. I hope you were. But the Maker's help takes many forms. Sometimes it's difficult to discern who it truly benefits, or how.
Are we making Cass happy?
Isn't it a bit late to worry about it now?
We have only just begun.
Fair enough.
My trainers always said, Cassandra,
You definitely get more
flash.
plot when you do that.
Must think before you act. I see what must be done, and I do it. I see no point in running around in circles like a dog chasing its tail. But I misjudged you in the beginning, did I not? I thought the answer was before me, clear as day. I cannot afford to be so careless again.
Ugh.
It wasn't like you had no reason to suspect me.
I was determined to have someone answer for what happened. Anyone.
Oh. Solus is pretty easy to
Do you
reapply
even
his approval.
believe
You
in
just
the
have to keep
Makers?
asking him to tell you stories and just ask questions of literally everybody all the time.
I'm Dalish. I believe in our own gods.
And there's no room among your gods for one more? I suppose it doesn't matter now. I have to believe we were put on this path for a reason, even if you do not. Now it simply remains to see where it leads us.
Where is Cullen? Oh yeah, Cullen's up there dealing with the mob of crazy people. Which I am not totally avoiding or anything. Why would you think that? Okay. There's a thing to find. Perhaps we should open the door and find it. I just want to back out of the screen. I don't need you to attack the desk. Why are we angry at the desk? Ooh. Oh. Does it? Does it know what it did, though? And I went the wrong direction. Because I want to go get the logging stand. Which is somewhere over here. I grant that the creators of this actually did a really good job with your crafting elements. They're scarce enough that it feels rare, while still being plentiful enough that you can actually do something. So you kind of do have to make a decision about the kinds of things you do want to make, because not everything is possible at times. And of course you can use up your resources requiring power for the Inquisition too, so, you know, depending on how fast you want to go do anything. And as I said, I still don't know what deep mushrooms are for. What are they for? I always end up with a ton of them, and I don't know what they're for. There is a logging stand out here. I swear I know. Well, then I haven't found that one potion recipe, and I'm barely getting used to using potions, so, like, besides the healing ones. You don't really need them. All things considered. Here, logging stand. Come out wherever you are. Oh, well, Jar of Bees is just funny. I'm testing one of the poisony ones right now with my Kunari Rogue Boy, and that's going okay. Of course, I started testing it on Giant, so that was, you know, an interesting moment to decide that. Alright. And as much as it feels like there should be more shit out here, there really isn't. Whee! I know, right? I was thinking the same thing as I flung myself off that dock. Of course, you can only do that in one direction, which is not a pun. So much running. So much running. Alright, let's fill the requisition before we go get yelled at. Yo! Rabble, rabble, rabble!
Your kind killed the most holy. Lies. Your kind let her die. Shut your mouth, mate!
Enough!
Knight Captain.
That is not my title. We are not Templars any longer. We are all part of the Inquisition.
And what does that mean exactly?
Already, Chancellor. Haven't you done enough?
I'm curious, Commander, as to how your Inquisition and its Herald will restore order as you've promised.
Of course you are. Back to your duties, all of you.
It upsets Cole and Dorian if you do that. I don't even know that you can, but ugh, it's so annoying. I'll go talk to you in a minute. Oh, but you might move.
Mages and Templars were already at war. Now they're blaming each other for the Divine's death.
Which is why we require a proper authority to guide them back to order.
Who? You? Random clerics who weren't important enough to be at the Conclave.
The Rebel Inquisition...
Drag him, Colin.
Herald of Andraste? I think not.
I mean, this is how I feel, personally, but, like, buh.
If the proper authority hadn't completely failed, the Conclave wouldn't have been needed.
So you suggest I blame the Chantry and exalt a murderer? What of justice?
That won't help restore order in the here and now.
Order will never be restored so long as this rebellion is allowed to fester.
Remind me why you're allowing the Chancellor to stay.
Clearly, your Templar knows where to draw the line.
He's toothless. There's no point turning him into a martyr simply because he runs at the mouth. The Chancellor's a good indicator of what to expect in Val Royeaux, however.
How widespread is the violence between mages and Templars?
Possible to say.
Your organization flouting the Chantry's authority will not help matters.
With the Conclave destroyed, I imagine the war between mages and Templars is renewed with interest.
You've already decided that I killed her, but, you know, that's okay. Why
the
won't...
mages and Templars are fighting, even though we don't know what really happened at the Temple of Sacred Ashes.
Exactly why all this should be left to a new divine. If
How-
you're innocent, the Chantry will establish it as so.
Or we'll be happy to use someone as a scapegoat.
You think nobody cares about the truth? We all grieve Justinia's loss.
But you won't grieve if the Herald of Andraste is conveniently swept under a carpet.
Ugh. Thoughts? Besides wanting to kick him in the balls consistently. I'll return with good news. Good luck keeping order. I hope the trip is worth it. Oh. Oi.
Don't let anyone riot while we're gone.
The walls will be standing when you return, I hope.
Hey, have your thing.
You're back. And in one piece.
Colin seemed okay with it.
You said you thought Master Tajan was working on something special. If it helps, I found his notes.
The old codger was on the edge of a breakthrough here, but he couldn't see it. You want some of these mixed up? You just give the word.
Farewell.
We have lyrium potions now. Or we can, hypothetically. Oy. Well, we haven't been to the tavern yet.
True enough.
And you've seen no signs of the Grey Wardens anywhere.
Even mountains had a heart once. When the world was young, Korth, the Mountain Father, kept his throne at the peak of Belenas, the mountain at the center of the world, from which he could see all the corners of the earth and sky. And he saw strong men become weak, brave men grow cowardly, and wise men turn foolish for love. I love how that's the only reason you could turn foolish. Korth devised a plan that he might never be betrayed by his own heart, by taking it out and hiding it where no soul would ever dare search for it. He sealed it inside a golden cask, buried it in the earth, and raised around it the fiercest mountains the world had ever seen, the Frostbacks, to guard it. But without his heart, the Mountain Father grew cruel. His chest was filled with bitter mountain winds that shrieked and howled like souls. Food lost its flavor, music had no sweetness, and he lost all joy in the deeds of valor. He sent avalanches and earthquakes to torment the tribes of men. Gods and men rose against him, calling him a tyrant, but with no heart, Korth could not be slain. So there were no heroes left, either men or gods, who would dare challenge Korth. The Lady of the Skies sent the best of her children, the swiftest, the cleverest, and the strongest flyers, to scour the mountains for the missing heart, and for a year and a day they searched, but sparrow and raven, vulture and eagle, and albatross returned to her with nothing. And I can't even start on that. Then the something spoke up and offered to find the god chief's heart, and the other birds laugh, for the something is a tiny bird, too humble to soar, which spends half of its time hopping along the ground. The lady would not give the little creature her blessing, for the mountains were too fierce even for eagles, but the something set out on anyway. The little bird traveled deep into the frostbacks. When she could not fly, she crawled. She hugged the ground and weathered the worst mountain winds, and so made her lonely way to the valley where the heart beat. With all the gods' terrible deeds, the heart was far too heavy for the little bird to carry, so she rolled it, little by little, out of the valley, down the cliff, and when the golden cast struck the earth, it shattered. The heart was full almost to bursting, and the pain of it roused the mountain god to see what had happened. When Korth neared his heart, it leapt back into his chest, and he was whole again. Then Hakon Winter's breath bound Korth's chest with 3 bands of iron and 3 bands of ice, so he could never again escape. And all the remaining gods, named the something, honored even above the loftiest eagles.
You're
Oh,
certain?
wow.
Grey Ward, as you said? No.
We're not paying you to be sarcastic.
Can we, though?
Oh, Maker, you're here. You're the Herald of Andraste. And you were sent to shame us, to mistreat any elves. I pay my elves good and proper, you should know. Friend of the Avenage and all, and... I mean, I'm Flissa. Can I get you a drink?
White guilt. The dialogue.
I'm not from an alien age. I'm Gaelish. Oh, right. Of course. Because of the things on your face. Yes. As I said, I'm Flissa. The Inquisition soldiers needed a place to unwind, so Leliana brought me in to set up a tavern. Nothing fancy. But it's safer for the soldiers than looking for trouble in some village. You said Leliana asked you to run an Inquisition tavern. How did you meet? Dumb luck, mainly. I managed an inn back in Denerim. When I heard interesting gossip, I'd pass word to Leliana. Sometimes it was helpful. She asked if I wanted to own my own tavern, and I said yes. I didn't realize she meant this. What can you tell me about this area? Adan is Haven's apothecary. He's been making potions and tending to the wounded as best he can. Harrit is the Inquisition smith. Whatever he can make you, Thren the quartermaster can probably find. And for anything fancier, you can try buying from Segrit. His prices aren't too high. Yet. Oh, there's also Minave. She studies beasts and things, as I understand. Farewell. Goodbye.
Oh, right. So, we came up here because we wanted to go see Minave, and we still haven't got there.
There was no word for heaven or for earth, for sea or sky. All that existed was silence. Then the voice of the Maker rang out, the first word, and his word became all that might be.
Well, that's fun. Hey, Mother Giselle.
Wishes to verify that the infections have decreased in number.
We will never get to Minave.
The Inquisition cannot remain impassive if you can't prove it was founded on Justinia's orders.
This is an inopportune time, Marquis. More of the faithful flock here each day. But allow me to introduce you to the brave soul who risked her life to slow the magic of the breach. Mistress Lavelan, this is the Marquis Durelion, one of Divine Justinia's greatest supporters.
And the rightful owner of Haven. House Durelion lent Justinia these lands for pilgrimage. This Inquisition is not a beneficiary of this arrangement.
Oh.
This is the first I've heard of Haven having an owner outside the Chantry.
My wife, Lady Machin of Denham, has claimed to Haven by ancient treaty with the monarchs of Ferelden. We were honored to lend this use to Divine Justinia.
So why isn't your wife here?
She was a woman of supreme merit. I will not let an upstart order remain on her holy grounds.
Its followers need shelter, well, that's abjectly true. The Divine's advisors founded it. Also true. We all have bigger problems. Really, really true. I'm gonna go with we all have bigger problems.
Demons are pouring from the sky, and you're worried about land claims.
Haven is the Durelion's rightful property.
Has Empress Selene officially acknowledged your possession of Haven? I was unaware Her Imperial Majesty had conferred with Ferelden's monarchs on this matter.
The Empress has not yet had the opportunity to do so.
We face a dark time, Your Grace. Divine Justinia would not want her passing to divide us. She would, in fact, trust us to forge new alliances to the benefit of all. no matter how strange they might seem.
I don't think I've ever used that dialogue before, and I think it's my favorite.
Think on it, Lady Montilyet. The Inquisition might stay in the meanwhile.
What are you gonna do? Tell Cullen who will smack you?
Do the Durelions actually have a claim on this place?
His Grace's position is not so strong as he presents it. Despite their Ferelden relations, the Durelions are Orlesian. If the Marquis wishes to claim Haven, Empress Selene must negotiate with the Ferelden on his behalf. Her current concerns are a bit larger than minor property disputes.
I'm so pleased the Marquis isn't tossing us out into the cold.
His Grace is only the first of many dignitaries we must contend with.
We don't punch the kitten, ever. She's so cute.
Undoubtedly. And each visitor will spread the story of the Inquisition after they depart. An ambassador should ensure the tale is as complimentary as possible.
Aww. Oh, hi, new viewers. We are still way at the beginning of this, but
May I ask?
I haven't done a romance with
what brought you
Josephine
to
yet.
work for the Inquisition?
Sister Leliana approached me. We've been acquainted for quite some time. For better or worse, being the Inquisition's diplomat has become as interesting as she promised.
What sort of dealings have you had with nobility?
For some years, I was the royally appointed court ambassador from Antiva to Orlais. The nobility of Thedas is a rather singular sphere. Those I'm not acquainted with, I know through reputation.
The Inquisition is lucky to have you as an advocate, Lady Montilyet.
Thank you. Let us hope so. Thedas's politics have become agitated as of late. I hope to guide us down smoother paths. But please excuse me. I've much work to do before the day is done.
Liliana's only fun if you manage to get all the right decisions with her. Otherwise, she's scary. Like, very scary. Softened Liliana is fine. The other one, yeah, no, at that point, we want Vivian.
Thank
Sweet. Please take the things. Hey, Maeve.
You're the Herald. Or, well, the one they're calling the Herald, anyway. It's odd to see them accepting a mage as their hero. Especially a Dalish elf. One look at your face and it's clear you were never part of a circle. My name is Maeve. I research demons and other creatures. Seeker Pentagast and I use what I find to help the soldiers fight them.
I found something the demons left behind. Can you use it?
Yes, that's very helpful. Just leave it there and the Tranquil and I will examine it.
So creepy that you are, Tranquil.
We're
So
putting them to good
creepy.
use.
You said Cassandra has you researching creatures.
Yes. If you find anything interesting in your travels, I'd appreciate you bringing it to me. I may be able to find some weakness our soldiers can exploit when fighting various creatures. At the least, some materials are useful for making potions or gear for the Inquisition.
Already did that.
You said you were a mage.
No, just an apprentice. Circle mages must prove themselves in a ritual called the Harrowing. I was never very good at magic. I've got just enough talent to be a danger to other people. But when the mages rebelled, people like me had nowhere to go. The Templars would have killed us. Luckily, Seeker Pentagast took me in, along with the Tranquil I was protecting.
Oh, that's right, you're not. But it's just,
You said that you were keeping some of the Tranquil safe.
Yes. The mages took some of them when my circle rebelled. The rest were forgotten. Most circle mages look down on the Tranquil, or try to pretend they don't exist. They don't have any emotions. They can barely take care of themselves. Can't defend themselves at all. It's a shame. I like them better than most people.
I mean, obviously mages feel very uncomfortable with them because it's something that can be done to them. But, you know, maybe we should do something less drastic.
That's an unusual statement.
They're polite. They don't bother you if they don't need something. When they study, they have a focus no normal person could ever match. But the Templars, even some of the mages, mistreated them just because they could. The Tranquil never fought back. Not for that,
Oh, I still haven't seen the live action
Doesn't really
version of
matter
that yet.
Why did you decide to research dangerous creatures?
I like the outdoors. The idea of the outdoors, anyway. When some monster is coming at you, glowing eyes and burning claws, it's terrifying. But once you know how it works, you can deal with it. It's just another part of the world. So much of this world is only frightening because we don't understand it.
I'm surprised that even an apprentice mage wouldn't join the rebellion.
I don't like using magic to fight.
We can't
Not good
romance,
at
but
it. I like studying.
Sir,
I like
sir,
rituals that helped us unlock
we
the
cannot
secrets of the
romance
day.
all the things.
I like having the Templars around to keep us safe.
We can try, but we can't. Exactly. Sir, this is a Wendy's.
You might have done well among the Dalish. Our mages are encouraged to study safely.
Fenrir will take the Danish. Don't let my lack of Vanisline fool you, Lethleen. I was a proud member of my clan until my magic manifested. You know what happens when they have too many mages. They gave me a pack and sent me into the woods to find my own life. I was 7 years old.
Did my clan find other ways? What other ways are there in this world? It is still awful.
I'm so sorry.
I stumbled into a village, starving and cold a few weeks later. I started using magic to scare predators away. The villagers saw me make fire in my fist. They were terrified and wanted to kill me. Templars saved me from them.
That's
They gave me
valid,
food
but
and clothes
like
and took me to the circle. I've seen what life
that
is like
only
without
works
Templars.
so many
I want to be a
times.
part of it. I just want to study.
I'll speak with you later.
Thank you again for what you've brought back.
You know, exiling children. Great plan. Tranquility. Great plan. None of the plans are good. Alright. Let's get our knowledges on. Every single one of them as fast as possible.
Have you had any trouble with them?
Not at all. I will inform you if that changes.
Why? Why would you say this and make me laugh? Well, I'm trying to figure out whether I want to know about the underworld, or magic, or nobility, or history. I have to get all of them eventually, but let me see. Secrets. Meh. All of your knowledges are useful, and you need to get them before you start judging people one way or the other. So, always the first 4 things I spend. I just don't know which one to start with. But I think we'll start with history because of the order we need to do things. And let's grab this while we can. We don't need to go shopping, but it's nice to have the shopping thing exist. No. Hi, friends! Don't go scare my friends.
Let's see what we have.
Cool. This is coin. This is rescue soldiers. This is Storm Coast stuff. Do I? Oh, no, I just have this thing. I don't want to go there though. Varric's Revenge! I need a favor. Let's call it a loan, since I'll pay it back. I've got a letter from my editor in Kirkwall today. She tells me that Hard and Hightown 3, the repunching, appeared in print from an Antivan printer a couple of weeks ago. I'll give you a moment to contemplate the horror that is that title. I had my contacts in the Merchants Guild look for the author a couple of years back. The best they could find out after spending a couple hundred gold was that Piral Behelenforth is a pen name. I could have told them that for free. You've got contacts with the Antivan print houses. Maybe you could find out more than the guild. The repunching.
Let us begin.
But the repunching. Yeah, I'm not going to send Cullen out there. Sorry. It's not even worth it. To whom it may concern, the Ternier of High Ever wishes to convey our deepest sympathies on the death of Divine Justinia V. The Most Holy was incomparable in her wisdom and dedication to peace, and we had hopes that her conclave would succeed. We will hold a vigil in High Ever in remembrance of Justinia and cordially invite the Inquisition to attend. Yeah, you can do that. I don't mind about that. At least somebody will actually be there as compared to the other two. Sending a bunch of nobles to that seems a bit smarmy, not gonna lie. Alright. So, I think I want to go... Nobles do suck. They absolutely do suck. And I am meaning to do this. So, the next couple of things I need to do are not find shards in the hinterlands, but I do need to go get the Master of the Horses before we move on with a lot of things. So, I think we're going to head out here and go fight us some Templars. And maybe when we make it to the next camp, I will call it a day. As this stream has already been approximately 2 hours, even though we cut out in the middle. Alright, let's go. I stared at the screen for a minute thinking, I gotta pick who I'm going with. I'm funny. Pick who? From what? Where? We all love Varric. Varric is wonderful. But, that being said, If we end up at the Storm Coast, we'll pick up Bull. And... God. Blackwall we find in the hinterlands eventually. I think we have to go to Val Royale first, though.
Word for you.
Yes?
What is it? You may want to look into this.
Okay. We'll do that. Eventually. In the meantime... we're going to head down the mountain. The very first time I played this, it took me forever to find a Templar's camp because I am not smart. I kept thinking that the drawing of the waterfall had something to do with, like, where it was. No. I mean, admittedly, it is next to the waterfall. But that has nothing to do with what that drawing was trying to tell me. We found a thing. And a quest. Templar encampment. We must be ready to fight not only the mages, but those who sympathize with them. Have not the mages blood magic to trick the minds of the unwary? Are not most people, as we know them, sheep? Wow, this person has a lot on their chest right now. Ready to be led by those who speak with authority? The people must be protected from the mages. It is our right and our duty. It is your right? It is your... I'm stuck on that one. It is your right to kill people? Okay. But those who supply them with lyrium, those who offer them comfort and food, those who shirk their duty to supply us for our worthy fight, they are sympathizers. Wow, I am sorry, sir. Who hurt you? Who have lain with demons and can breed only a... Wow, this is just taken such a turn. Can breed only... abominations. No, people who give food to them can only breed abominations. Like, where does that put innkeepers and... Okay, wow. And they must be slain as such. We will wage war from our camp off the west road, and we will not stop until this world is clean. A letter written in a crisp, educated hand. I don't want to be educated like that. Thank you, though. No, thank you. Why? What? Okay, hey. I realize there's only one of you, but, like, also, why? Causes me physical pain. Ugh. Archers. Only I can have archers. No one else is allowed to have archers. No one. Grr. Standard, steal everybody's stuff. Claim everything as mine. I own everything. So yeah, I kept running into this little area over here trying to find the camp, which there's something in there, but like that's where I kept going. No, up the hill. Up the hill. Hey, what's up? Just so you know, I can't really have you like smacking me because I am squishy. Also, you guys just kind of preemptively decided to kill pretty much all mages, so you know, not at all making yourselves obsolete or some. Ow! Stop it. We got some decorative gems. So we're gonna be fancy in a minute here. No, don't jump. Take the stuff. There was a belt. No. There was a belt. Someone needs the belt. Good. Who is this for, by the way? Solus. Okay. Yeah, you can have that, and you can have that, and this. Cool. Run, 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 run.
Templars have secured a position ahead.
I'm shocked. You mean spiky poles just don't grow out of the ground? Really?
Kill that one!
Okay, we'll keep running. Yeah, I know. This little thing has a weird little section where there is one gentleman who just doesn't come out most of the time. So you're wandering around going, yeah, I cleared the camp, and he's just out there like, but you forgot me. It's great. Hello. Which warrior? There's 4 of us. More decorative gems. We gonna be fancy. So fancy. The monies. Ooh. Fire staff. See that one little red dot? That's the gentleman who's just hiding out waiting for us to appear and be like, haha, you thought we were all dead, but no. And it weirds me out that that's a piece of armor. I mean, that's a weapon, not a piece of armor. Hey, see, there he is. Just him by his lonesome. Doing his own little thing.
Refugees should be safer on the King's Road now.
Yes, because we just murderated everybody. Like, I feel like our negotiatory skills are not high. Yeah, but we had to murderate the mages too. Like, we didn't get to even try to make them get along. We just went, nope, murder death.
Must be something here. Let's look around.
Yes. Worthy of what? Especially my Dalish Inquisitors who's just sitting out here like, I don't believe in any of this bullshit anyways. Ooh, yay. But I can't give anybody that belt until we get Vivienne. You know what? I know how we're going to finish out tonight's stream. Yeah, it is. But it's so helpful to give to Vivienne. Although, you're right, I am going down the frost chain this time, so I might give it to myself. I have never actually played a frost mage before, so it was always, please wait till Vivienne shows up and give this to her, and I almost never switch it out because it's so good for frost mages. There's a couple of random items that are just like, yes, please. Also, I have discovered that Bull is really, really hard to get to resist magic stuff. So when I discovered that the prismatic axe, I believe that's what it's called, has a 15% damage reduction on literally every energy type that's a magical energy type, I was like, this, please smack a bitch with it. All right. No, we'll talk to Cullen next time. We are going to finish this out with an expedition to Val Royeaux.
Only the word. Sing
And it looks like everybody's back. Not really. Because nothing happens this time. I mean, stuff happens, but there's no, like... It took me forever to realize this. But... Cool. Thank you. We don't have to fight anything in here,
Having
though.
the herald address the clerics is not a terrible idea.
You can't be serious.
Mother Giselle isn't wrong. At the moment, the Chantry's only strength is that they are united in opinion.
And we should ignore the danger to the herald.
Let's ask her.
You want me to walk into a pit of vipers and you ask me that?
They're not vipers just because they like to hiss.
I will go with her. Mother Giselle said she could provide us names. Use them.
But why? This is nothing but a...
What choice do we have, Liliana? Right now, we can't approach anyone for help with the breach. Use what influence we have to call the clerics together. Once they are ready, we will see this through.
Dun dun dun! Y'all ready? Archers. Basic plants. I grant the Orlesian style.
The city still mourns.
Just a guess, Seeker, but I think they all know who we are.
Your skills of observation never fail to impress.
At least architectural style.
My Lady Herald.
You're one of Leliana's people. What have you found?
The Chantry Mothers await you, but so do a great many Templars.
There are Templars here?
People seem to think the Templars will protect them from the Inquisition. They're gathering on the other side of the market. I think that's where the Templars intend to meet you.
Only one thing to do, then. They wish to protect the...
Why do you... Okay. Yep. Why have only you...
From us?
You think the Order's return to the fold, maybe? To deal with us upstarts?
I know, Lord Ficalus. Return.
Why can't I talk to you?
Someone will need to inform them if we are delayed.
As you say, my lady.
Alright. The Avenue of Reflective Thought. Our Lady and the actors of her rise and fall, her message and visage are worth repeating. Maferath's remorse beneath, scratched by a vandal, at meeting a low door frame. Maferath's regret about his unfortunate hair. Oh. Maferath's blood guilt, and his head suddenly weighs too much. I swear to God, all of these statues are just of Maferath, just having head trouble. And unrelated headache. Oh. Exactly. The avenue is inspirational, but wise travelers do not linger in their respects, not just because the bazaar awaits, but because the area before the back-turned statues is treacherous. Local legend has it that the child empress, Amy, abused the opportunity of religious repose to relieve herself beneath the gaze of Our Lady. Unable to discipline the toddling leader, her attendants instead chastised the statues and had them turned in embarrassment. True or not, foolish youths dare each other to soil the spot in a similar fashion, and a place otherwise reverent thought always carries a faint odor about it. Oh. Charming. So charming. Stuff to read. Not of heroes, united in hatred. If we are re-examining the motives, let us not stop at the sons of the betrayer, for the first leader of young Orlais after the sons was Jessavis, chattel wife of two of them, but examine the facts. A proud daughter of the Syrian, chosen not unkindly by Isarath to be his bride, it was her reach that granted him power to unify, there we go. Consider what she witnessed in the consolidation of her people. She has always been portrayed with sadness, but what if, when our nation was born, the game was born with it? Judge her actions not as property, but as master, and what changes? As victim, Isarath, rumored cruel, breaks the clans in a lust for power. His brother, Verald, exiled from his own machinations, is in young Navarra, appeals to the saddened wife, and promises a new path. The brothers vie, and Verald wins, and then demands the hand of Jeshavis, another Ferelden greedy for power. In a decade, the shy victim Jeshavis is the figurehead of the people's rebellion against the last son of the betrayer. As master, bound to rivalries far older, she harbors a hatred beyond Tvinter, and while Isarath is distracted with personal concern with building a nation to withstand his own people's enemy, she invites the broken brother and sets him against the driven while accepting marriage to the victim. Oh Lord, this is a lot. Chavez seeds rebellion among those who remember how their lands were taken not a generation before. Both leave her as ruler as... I can't read that word. But should not the rule of a victim been uncertain? Chavez rules for 42 years. There were no great swings backward, no people's retribution, for she had become accustomed. If the goals of Isarath were selfish, and the goal of Chavez was to reverse them, then Orlais is born of the failure of both. But if Isarath built his father's wall, and Chavez wanted revenge, then we are the nation of two successes, two parents in opposition, but in partnership. Whew, I swear, there was somebody who sat down and wrote all of this. Ugh. I know, right? I am not going to read these plaques out loud because they are basically somebody cool was here. But picking them up is good because it helps your experience count. So, we're just picking them up and running away. And getting caught by the cutscene.
Good people of Val Royal, hear me. Together, we mourn our divine. A naive and beautiful heart, silenced by treachery. You wonder what will become of her murderer. Well, wonder no more. Behold, the so-called Herald of Andraste, claiming to rise where our beloved fell. We say this is a false prophet. The Maker would send no elf in our hour of need.
No. I am not the Herald. Good point.
You say I am the enemy. The breach in the sky is our true enemy. We must unite to stop it.
It's true. The Inquisition seeks only to end this madness before it is too late.
Good point. I almost go for the we stop this now too.
They will face this Inquisition and the people will be safe once more.
I don't think that's what's going to happen there.
Still yourself. She is beneath us.
What? 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 Wait. I mean, she just called me a liar, so... Cool.
Was that display supposed to impress me?
On the contrary, it wasn't for you at all.
Lord Seeker Lucius, it's imperative that we speak with...
You will not address me.
Can I set you on fire?
Creating a heretical movement. Raising up a puppet as Andraste's prophet. You should be ashamed. You should all be ashamed. The Templars failed no one when they left the Chantry to purge the mages. You are the ones who have failed. You who'd leash our righteous swords with doubt and fear. If you came to appeal to the Chantry, you are too late. The only destiny here that demands respect is mine.
All right then. Then why are you here? Help us close the breach. Templars, join as Cullen did. I mean, yeah, I agree.
Templars, one of your own commands the Inquisition's forces. Join us as he did.
You're a mage. Your ties are worthless. They are all made traitors just by being in your company.
But Lord Seeker, what if she really was sent by the Maker? What if...
You are called to a higher purpose. Do not question.
I will make the Templar Order a power that stands alone against the Void. We deserve
Why do you need to stand alone?
Independence. You have shown me nothing, and the Inquisition less than nothing. Templars, Val Royo is unworthy of our protection.
Okay, but then... Yeah. Why do I get the feeling you would say that about all of it? I mean, I know what happens, and I know the spoilers, but like...
Lord Seeker Lucius gone mad?
The logical train of thought of that is so beyond me.
Do you know him very well?
He took over the Seekers of Truth 2 years ago, after Lord Seeker Lambert's death. He was always a decent man, never given to ambition and grandstanding. This is very bizarre.
Ugh. Ugh.
Fortunately, the Templars aren't our only hope.
I wouldn't write them off so quickly. There must be those in the Order who see what he's become. Either way, we should first return to Haven.
Oh no,
and
that's definitely not what's happening there. Hey, you! Have to talk to you.
Excuse me. The Chantry promised they defend us.
Is what they're saying real? The Inquisition's going to fix the hole in the sky?
That's the plan.
We're going to give it a try, at least.
No one is doing anything. The Chantry's useless, and the Templars... Andraste. I never thought they'd abandon us. Listen, your camp will need food. I have contacts. We'll have deliveries there in days.
You want to help the Inquisition?
Never been part of something this big before, but...
Cass, can you not suspect the people who are actually trying to help us? Please?
What do you think, Cassandra?
I think the woman is asking you and not me.
Well, she is.
The Herald of Andraste. Yes, I understand. Haven is a mess, but we won't turn away anyone willing to help. Invite her, if it pleases you.
Head to Haven, then.
I don't understand why people would, like, turn down the agents. It never makes any sense to me. Oy. We gained a power.
What's that? An arrow with a message?
Where? I wasn't paying attention.
Ever since our divine was murdered, toothless old fools are lost without...
Grand Duke Florian was not supposed to ascend the Orlais throne. His elder brother, Emperor Judicael II, had 2 twin sons, and thus a very secure line. Yes, I know about the red cloth on the ground. We just weren't paying it any attention. Florian was free to pursue other interests, none of which revolved around the game. Indeed, the Imperial Court largely ignored him, and that was how he liked it. I like this dude already. All that is recorded of that era is that he married, produced a single daughter, and afterwards showed little interest in her. Well, that's sad. I have lost interest in him. An outbreak of the 100 Days cough in 877 Blessed, changed his plans. Both of Judicale's sons perished, as did Florian's daughter, racked by grief. But you just said he didn't give a shit. Judicale lost interest. Oh, wrong dude. Lost interest in ruling, turning over all matters pertaining to the rebellion in Ferelden to his advisors, and instead spending his time hunting in the country. When Judicale was thrown from his horse during a fox hunt in 884 Blessed, Florian was suddenly vaulted into the throne. Famously, his response to the Chevaliers delivering the news at his estate is said to be, "This will not do at all." A private and somewhat eccentric man, Florian limited his appearances at court and dealt almost exclusively with members of his own family. He was extremely particular about the habits of dress and grooming, eschewing current fashions for the sake of comfort and refusing to wear cosmetics or powders of any kind due to intense dislike of being dirty. Powerful and connected nobles who had served in the cabinet since his father's time were turned away in favor of his younger brother Renaud, his sister Melisande, and his cousins. Children were banned from the palace, even the children of servants. Wow, this dude is something else. Yes, the Red Woman. Oh. With the exceptions of his nephews and nieces, who were tolerated only on the condition that they remain out of the Emperor's sight. How did this man manage to procreate? Regarding suggestions that Florian and his youngest cousin Megran were lovers, the truth is uncertain. If such a relationship existed, it was no doubt kept private due to Florian's aversion of public life and not from any fear of rumors. Such rumors, after all, were likely to spread due to the Emperor's refusal to sire another child and thus secure his line. Many believed that this failing would eventually lead to civil war. The only real evidence of a relationship with Megran is a loud and very public argument the two had prior to Megran's appointment or exile, as he saw it, to the throne of Ferelden. Megran is said to have had called Florian my darling, and neither man chose to explain the argument later. The predictions of civil war almost came to pass upon Florian's death in 919 Dragon. With no clear heir, the throne eventually passed to the only daughter of the Grand Duke, Renaud, Celine, after a vicious struggle that threatened to consume the empire. This man. Now, where is this bloody red arrow?
That was a change of affairs.
There it is.
You might find friends among the stunned.
What's up? Mysterious arrow. Favors for friends. A message is attached, written in large, flowing hand and bordered with doodles. People say you're special. I want to help, and I can bring everyone. There's a baddie in Val Royeaux. I hear that he wants to hurt you. Have a search for red things in the market, the docks, and round the cafe. Maybe you'll meet him first. Bring swords. Friends of Red Jenny. Bring El Sordos.
I believe that messenger.
You are the Herald of Andraste, are you not? I have an invitation for you.
You are cordially invited to attend my salon held at the Chateau of Duc Bastien de Ghislaine. Yours, Vivienne d'Affaires, first enchanter of Montsemart, enchanter to the Imperial Court. I will be along presently, but in the meantime, we're not going that way. Who's a total git?
This cannot stand. How can it stand?
I will fight you. I love Vivienne. Admittedly, she's ambitious and power hungry, but she's totally honest about it, so, you know.
Emma?
The head of Madame Snappy Snips, mascot of Le Masque du Lion, named in jest but genuinely respected. The Grand Mame, as she's also called, was the last dragon brought down by Sir Koenig? the previous owner of the cafe. A spirited hunter, Koenig came of age in the years following the sighting that named the era, while others were quick to assume the tales of ancient Navarran dragon hunters must have been exaggerated. He tracked the gradual increase in dragon numbers and size. Koenig believed we had yet to see a true return of the beasts of legends, and that the specimens of his day were young despite their ferocity. It is a cruel victory, but today we know Sir Koenig to have been correct, even as he may have fallen to his own expertise. He was years overdue from his last hunt, and for the rest of us travel-weary, what he thought to be the pinnacle of dragon strength may have been closer to adolescence. The sisters of Madame Snappy Snips may have left their sibling far behind. I love that they named it Snappy Snips.
Make her be with you.
Thank you, friends, for helping good Lady Karis. Saw those who asked of the herald enter the third passage. Could not stay to see them exit. Cool. Thanks. There's stuff up there, but I don't need it right now. I just need to do these things. How can you say that about Vivienne, though? It's like, I am betrayed and hurt.
They left us. The Templars left us to the mages.
Why? Why is she the worst? Okay, got it. Fish! Tremors floating, taste is off. Water birds die off. Restocking failed, fish not fit. Do not consume. Hey, red thing. Key lifted from drunk swearing about Harold. Don't know what door. I'm out. My debt is paid. We're infamous. No. Fast travel is... Hey. And we are to obey well. We meet at 3 bells to discuss how best to serve the new way. Scrolled. Herald, go at time. Praise Adrast. Sorry. Taken together, the messages reveal a time, path, and key to location on the world map. Thank you. I apologize. It's a bit chilly. Let's go see the dumbass merchant before we leave and sign off. This dude.
Is this a shop?
I maintain a premises wherein customers of a certain affluence entertain the purchase of my ware. So yes, shop.
Don't you mean wares?
No, I mean ware. I have one item available for purchase. It is far too expensive for it merely to be sold. You may gaze upon it and dream of the wealth required to possess it, as have lords and kings. And then you may leave and purchase things from shops more aligned with your station.
How do you keep the doors open in a shop with one item?
My shop is a destination. Luminaries of every description journey here to see what is denied to them. Some pay tribute in the vain hope I will barter. They do not have the will to pay the price. They require a bargain to justify the spend, to ease their conscience. That would defeat the entirety of the purpose.
The funniest thing about this to me is you can actually apply the Inquisition perk that gives you a 10% discount on his ware to this entire conversation.
So you sell one very expensive item, and it's worth it?
Let me now interrupt the inevitable defense of your thrift. I'm sure you have treasures, and you will have many more. You could parade them from here to Halam Shiral, but none of that would allow you to say you have purchased this. The item is irrelevant. The price is worth it.
I don't see why this is special. Anyone can overprice something.
To overprice an item, the item must have a known value already. It is then priced over what it is worth. This has only the value I have set. It has never had another. It is not overpriced. It is priced.
I can't see it. Tell me what it is.
If you have to ask, you are not the one to buy it.
I need to know if I can use it.
And again, the point is missed. If mere use is your concern, you should go elsewhere. The person who claims this will not be known for using it. They will be known because they paid for it.
Well, goodbye then.
Mind the flooring. It is not used to feet that have been subjected to soil.
Solid. Sad thing is, this is actually a useful item, but that conversation is one of the most hilarious in the goddamn game, because what the actual fuck? Alright, and with that, we don't have anything more we need to do in here.
If I might have a moment of your time.
Grand Enchanter Fiona?
Leader of the Mage Rebellion. Is it not
Sir, those abs, sir.
I heard of this gathering, and I wanted to see the fabled Herald of Andraste with my own eyes. If it's help with the breach you seek, perhaps you should look among your fellow mages.
I'm surprised the leader of the mages wasn't at the conclave.
Yes. You were supposed to be, and yet somehow you avoided death.
As did the Lord Seeker, you'll note. Both of us sent negotiators in our stead in case it was a trap. I won't pretend I'm not glad to live. I lost many dear friends that day. It disgusts me to think the Templars will get away with it. I'm hoping you won't let them.
So you think the Templars are responsible?
Why wouldn't she?
Lucius hardly seems broken up over his losses, if he's concerned about them at all. You heard him. You think he wouldn't happily kill the Divine to turn people against us? So yes, I think he did it. More than I think you did it, at any rate.
The mages weren't willing to talk to the Inquisition before. Why now?
Because now I've seen what you are. And I've seen the Chantry for what it is. Consider this an invitation to Redcliffe. Come, meet with the mages. An alliance could help us both, after all. I hope to see you there. Au revoir, my Lady Herald.
Come, let us return to Haven.
And we now will return to Haven, and that'll be the end of it for tonight. And the next stream will most likely be a lot of running around in the wilderness. So we'll get ourselves some horses, fight a bunch of Fade Rifts, you know, the usual. Pretty much. I do admire the amount of, like, plot there is actually between all of the fighting things. So, am I back? I am back. Fantastic. Let's go get my mana surge. Apply that. And with that, everyone, we need... Oh, no. We need to save this first. And good night.